Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 386. Hopefully, you guys have had an amazing day. I've got an amazing guest for you, somebody we've seen around the chats night after night. Tonight on the screen, as you would find him on Instagram, Scooters 3G, but you'd know him in the chat as In for the Grill. You want to tell us how you're doing tonight, good sir?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thank you so much for having me on here. I'm honored. I love you guys. What else can I say? Like, I love you guys, man. You guys are freaking awesome. So thank you so much for having me. And I'm looking at, forward to hanging out and blasting through a couple of these and shooting the shit with you, bro. So thank you.
Well, it works both ways. I always see all the names in the chat night after night, and the ones I haven't had an honor to meet, I always would like to meet. And I figure, and I've always thought this from the beginning: as long as you grow the plant, you know, you're cool with me. You know what I mean? So it's a pleasure to get to know, people from the chat, and it's going to be a pleasure to get to know you tonight, my friend. So thank you for coming, first and foremost.
Well, absolutely. It's my pleasure, man. And I got this eagle feather, came off a young eagle. They drop these before they go into full flight. So this comes out of their tail. And this hits the ground once, basically, when it falls out of the eagle, and then after it gets collected. So this is it's going to steer us into a nice conversation tonight, man. And this is what it is. It's a guiding feather. So I wish I could give it to your brother, but I can't, man. But it's here with us, okay?
And that is pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. That's a good luck omen. This should be a great night, man. Should be a great
Absolutely.
night. So, what are you smoking on over there? Let's start there. It's a pretty big fatty. What are you smoking on?
Got a King Palm wrap with Moby Dick. One of my favorite strains, man. I can't get away from it. I love the haze taste. Moby Dick just kind of does it for me. So I got some hash and keef mixed in with it, and it's got me feeling pretty good right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Them King Palms, man. I didn't know how to feel about it at first.
I like rolling. I like
different tastes, but
yeah, zigzag papers are my favorite. I don't know why. I got Skittles in this one, some Skittles that I grew. So this is for the next round, but yeah, usually they're a little bit harsh and dense. For me personally, I just like a nice thin wrap.
yeah, they add a nice kind of earthy taste to it. Like I said, the first couple of times I was smoking it in Sequence 3's Crescendo is what I first experienced in them. And I almost thought it was the strain at first, but it wasn't the strain. It was those. And I don't know. They're really nice, slow burning, as a paper alternative. That's probably my second go-to. They're pretty
right. But yeah, man, I love smoking flower, and I love smoking joints. And that's my main method, and I enjoy it. I did some of the constant just dabbing and stuff, and I just find it fucks me up too much. And I don't know, man. I like the full effect that I get from smoking flower. It's just it's number one for me.
Yeah, I've tried the dabs myself, and this year probably stronger than any with the show and you know, people donating the rig and all that. It kind of went to a peak, more than I've ever. But man, it didn't take long for it to come to a head. I'm still dabbing, but not nearly. It didn't take long to return back to the flower. I don't know what it is, but I'm a flower guy myself.
Hells yeah. It's good stuff, man.
Of course, with a little bit of hash. I can't lie. I'm always throwing some hash in there.
Yeah, so I got some hash, some Moby Dick hash, and Keef actually in this joint with some flour. But I love the hash. Like a good friend of mine sent me some bubble hash, and it's like one of the first times I ever got to try it. And this is beautiful stuff, right? Like just so tasty and flavorful and sweet. And it's like I like to sit back and smoke a joint and kind of watch the smoke cloud. And it's almost like my connection where like it's where I get my thinking done, you know? Unless that smoke cloud fucking doesn't capture my imagination somehow, it's like my mind wanders. And it's almost like that's how I get in tune to like just sitting back and smoking. Like I used to like, I find like now that I'm older, I can actually sit down and enjoy it and explain to people to kind of, let yourself relax while you're enjoying it. Because if you're fucking charged up all the time and you're trying to smoke a joint, and it's just, for me it doesn't work. I like to like right now, man, I'm feeling really good. This has got me really, relaxed, and I get to talk to you, man. It's fucking awesome. Like what a Friday night. Let's go.
So, did I understand that correctly? Was it the first time you've ever tried bubble? I mean, did I
Yeah,
understand that?
yeah, that's absolutely correct. The only time I've ever smoked that's closest to real hash is like the best for me is like what comes off my scissors. Like I like the scissor scraping hash.
That's the best. Some of the best myself. But that
Yeah,
surprises me a little bit. I was just telling somebody the other day that I think bubble got passed over, to be honest with you, or just like basically a good hash in general. I think the extracts came, with a lot of the legalization. People got used to flour, then all of a sudden it was, dabs. And I think, that process just kind of skipped over the bubble hash. It was available, but unless you really knew it, it was like hash. What's hash? I want dabs. You know what I mean? Even
right.
now, man, last week I was passing out some chunks of hash. And as I, even the other cannabis smokers, I'm like, here, you want some hash? And look at it, like, what the hell you do with this? You know what I mean? Or like it's like some kind of voodoo to it. I'm like, no, it's just basically water and cannabis with a little bit of ice cubes and separation. It's all that is. It's still straight cannabis. There's no other chemicals, no nothing to it. And then after they try it, they're like, oh man, that shit was good. you know? And it's like, yeah, you guys been missing out. Yeah, I don't know. It could just be me.
But like when you get scissor hash and it's kind of brown and it's still fresh, so it has that green brown kind of, coloration to it. And then you let it kind of dry to like it turns blonde color. And I love taking that when it's like blondie like that and then rolling it in with a joint. Oh man, fucking that's the like to me that's the best. So it's like smoking candy.
It is. To me, the scissor hash is like the caviar of cannabis. That's what I feel like, especially if you're getting it from like a wet trim. And, as it builds up on the scissors, there's nothing better, in my opinion, than that scissor hash from that wet trim.
Yeah, I
Save it
agree.
till the end of the trim, and smoked it all what's left in that joint, first good sample of what's to come. That's the best. You're exactly right there. That's the best.
I agree, man. And I learned from Mendo when I was doing my fucking outdoor plants last year. I'm like, I was watching their video and they rubbed the blunt on some terps on a fresh flower. And I was like in week 7. And I'm like, guess what I did? Went out and rolled that shit in there, man. I'll tell you what, that was the most flavorful fucking thing ever. The taste, the effect, the high. It was racy. I like that. I'm like I like, high THC, if that's what we want to call it, but like something that gets me going and charged and makes me do a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I did that, and that was like awesome, man. And I do it all the time now. Why not?
It's nice when you
Right?
learn stuff.
And they grow back,
Right.
right? They grow back like week 8 or 9. Why not, man? Go in there, rub fucking a blunt on some fresh terps. It's beautiful. It's like you experience that full, even if you're mixing it with another joint, that whatever you're rubbing it in, it seems to like overcome anything that's in that paper, because it's that strong. It's real flavorful, full bodied. I love that, man. That's great.
So when did cannabis enter your life? When was that first time?
Damn, man. I was young, probably 14 years old, 13, 14. I had a girlfriend that had an older sister. That's a true story. And fucking she smoked weed with us, man. And one night she smoked weed with us, and it was like yeah, amazing. We ended up in her mom's kitchen and fucking like 2 o'clock in the morning. We were all high, and she's like, "You guys hungry?" Obviously, yeah, make what you want. And I don't know, man. I get real creative in the kitchen when I'm not stoned. So if I'm in there stoned, I'm putting stuff together. And I made this concoct. Well, I don't know what you want to call it, man, but it was good. Eggo waffles. So basically, that was my first munchy stoner food. We smoked this joint. I got fucking super high, and we got the munchies. And I took those Eggo waffles, and they had some of that McCain chocolate cake. And I fucking put that in between the Eggo waffles, had peanut butter and jam on it. And then I coated the whole thing in like Canadian maple syrup. Fucking mouth down on that bad boy. I'm telling you, man, it was deadly, dude. That's what I remember. That was my first trip smoking weed, and I
It,
didn't
it,
turn back.
it sounds
I
like it.
Yeah, I didn't turn back.
No,
I just continued smoking ever since then. I've been using cannabis.
nice, nice. It sounds like a hell of a concoction that first time there
Yeah,
with the Eggo
and then
waffles.
and then we were like, when I got like 15 years old, fucking like my uncle grew weed, and he comes over one day and he's like, gives me this garbage bag full of trim, and I didn't know what it was. I just seen this big garbage bag full, right? And it's like, what the fuck's in that? He's like, here, you can have this. Well, when you're my age and you have a garbage bag full of like stems and stalks, little popcorn buds on it, you're like, holy fuck, man. You know what I mean? Like, I was smoking forever. So I had two really good friends growing up. We were tight, three of us. Um, Spent a lot of time together. We're still friends to this day. Um, we smoked all that. We had a good time, man. Real good time. We didn't hurt anybody. You know what I mean? Like we're mellow kids, man. We're happy. We always, had people hanging around. It was always good times. Like, you know. of course we drank beer and shit, but I mean, I just quit drinking over a year now. I drank quite a bit, man. Like, fucking not to get all bummy here on your thing, but like losing my shit to COVID was like fucking job gone after so long. It was like, so not using that as an excuse, but alcohol just kind of like numb things out a little bit. Well, I started to blow up. I started to like get like chunky. Wasn't noticed like fucking. Then I just kind of picked myself up, man, and uh, a knee surgery I went through. I was prescribed narcotics for a knee surgery, and I didn't use one fucking pill out of that bottle. I used fucking weed the whole way through, man.
That's
The whole way
awesome,
through.
man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, for sure.
so proud to hear that, man. Tell you that, man.
Hell yeah.
Proud of you,
Because
man. That's
pills
awesome.
hurt my stomach. Like I can't even take an Advil or a Tylenol or anything like that. I shit you not, man. To to yourself and everybody that's watching, like I could wake up if I had a headache waking up out of bed and I smoked a joint, that fucking headache's gone, man. It does that for me, right? Um, Mellows me out, quality of life. It's tremendous benefit to my life, right? You know,
Well, I'm like I said, I'm super glad to see it not even take one pain pill during that process. For one, that's a shitload of pain. So shout
yeah,
out to you for being able to take some extra pain.
yeah. I had a
But
torn
man,
meniscus.
that's
I had a meniscus tore in my knee. They went in three different places. I snapped it at work. Where I was carrying a heavy load. There was two of us on a fucking like an 1.75 inch MDF, like a 4x8 sheet. They're heavy, right? There's two of us on one end, and we lost our footing, man. My fucking knee went snap. That was it. Tore my meniscus, or I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And it's like a little cartilage. It's just a bumper in your knee, and that just ripped. And it was either they could suture it or cut it out and let it just heal off and scar tissue. And I went for like they just did that. They cut it, and I was on crutches for like 2 weeks and out of work for, I don't know, maybe a little over, maybe a year or so. But yeah, man, not one pill, not one pill. Smoked weed the whole time.
nice, nice. Yeah, that's where it all starts there with a lot of people are, injuries just like that, where they go in and it's just supposed to be a week or two and then it just becomes way too much, man. And with that, I think people just the pills themselves are misleading. When people take them things and as they're, trying to think they're healed and they stop taking them, they get the body aches from the medicine. They confuse that with, their injury. They go, oh no, I'm not well. I'm not well. They don't think it's, the drug leaving their body. That's what the pain's from. Not your injuries more than likely, good, but it's the pill, the medicine leaving your body, and they go, oh no, the pain. I must not be healed. I must not be healed. I better, take another one. Well, you're just keeping the cycle of addiction going and deeper, like that. And so, people get tricked into, you know, hooking themselves in deeper and deeper when, the injuries, like you said, like you sure proven an example. You know what I mean? It can come and go a lot quicker than without the medication than with in most cases. That's what I've found out. But it's definitely a trap. It's definitely a trap. I'm glad to see you did not get caught up in it. So.
I mean, not to take away from people that have more serious injuries that fucking need heavier meds. Like, there's, you know what I mean? It's just, for my case, it just worked for me. And I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, man. But yeah, when you
Yeah,
got
I just
a hard stomach, like
sorry.
I can't. It's just, they hurt my guts. If I get a headache and take an Advil, my stomach hurts. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know, like, don't make no sense. Smoke a joint, nothing hurts. I feel good. You know, I'm fucking in a good mood. Want to, you know, feel active, do things.
So after that first time, you said it was pretty steady there. Uh, do you, do you know what you were smoking back then, or
Well, I
was
tell
it
you,
a little bit later till you got an idea of what you were puffing on?
it was probably a lot of fucking crappy weed, right? Not the greatest shit. And like, we're talking like $280 an ounce if you knew somebody. You know, like it was hella fucking expensive. And it wasn't, I mean, we were kids, right? So it's like you'd probably get high off the lower grade, not even really know it. It's like as you become an adult and you start maturing, then your tastes and everything else start to, you know, that bar gets set higher and higher and higher, you know? Like after a while, it's like how high do you get, man? You're just chasing flavor after that, right? Like that's what I'm, you know, like I still get lit up in the morning. Like first thing in the morning, that's the best thing. If I smoke one first thing in the morning, it gives me the best fucking, you know, and then the rest of the day is just kind of like maintaining, you know. But yeah, man, I just fucking full on, right? I didn't never ever actually I did stop because I went into like a wilderness camp. It was like fucking 9 weeks of training for map, compass, and wilderness survival and all that kind of stuff. Basically, how to survive in the fucking woods if something happens. But it was like a long time. But yeah, that was the longest period I went. And actually, the day that I got out, first thing I did was smoke fucking weed and eat pizza. Ain't hurt nobody.
Just for joke's sakes, but I would think that the first thing key to survival in the woods would be find the cannabis plant.
Fuck, I wish. Wouldn't that have been awesome? Yeah. If you're hungry, you smoke some, you forget all about food, you know? And if you know, like it helps you if you are hungry too. So, I mean, like that's a cool thing, man. It's like exploring all these effects that it has and the different flavors and the different terpenes and the different fucking, you know, it's wonderful, man. Wonderful stuff.
Again, just for funsies sake. It would have been funny to see you know, the course starts, you know, instructor comes over to you and is, what the hell you doing? You planting some seeds, man. You don't ever know how long this is gonna last.
Survival, bro.
Right.
We got to maintain those fucking old school genetics somehow, man. You know?
That's kind of funny. So sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. You're
Yelling
allowed
at
to.
me.
You're allowed to choke, bro. I'm gonna do it a couple times. I'm sure.
Got a little greedy with it. Got a little greedy. So, what were some of your favorite strains? Once you know were able to get a hold of some good stuff, what were some of the better ones you were able to find?
So my uncle had this fucking '90s hash plant, and he was like the only one that grew it that I knew. And that was like I was smoking that when I was like 17, 18. So it was like 3 years of like brown weed, and then fucking I graduated into the hash plant. And I remember smoking that, and I was just like, to tell all my buddies, right? Fucking, you know, that was he had that in an Afghan. I had like a real lemony, fucking dark, stout, real dark leaf plant, but like like lemony terpy and yeah. So those were the two strains that I remember back then was like I don't know if it was an original Afghan or what, but in the early 90s, late 80s, quite possibly. And then, yeah, Northern Lights kind of came in later, like end of the 90s. Northern Lights came around and then fucking the AK, I think it was AK 47 or whatever. And then White Rhino, and was yeah, like the OG Cushes and the green cracks and stuff. They came out like over here like maybe 10, 15, 20 years now. I don't know. Somewhere in that range. I'm probably fucking
So how
wrong,
long?
but
So how
stoner.
long from that time? Talk about COVID. You're lucky you didn't take off with that attitude. From it sounds like from the beginning.
Right.
so
No fucking shit, right?
so how long was it before before you realized it was more like from recreational to like a medical use? Did it ever kind of reach that point? Was it like that from the beginning and you didn't just realize it? You know,
uh, no, later in life, for sure. Like when I was a kid, we just smoked because it made us fucking feel good, and then I started to kind of notice it was, kind of helping me alleviate stress a little bit. Like I was just, you know, I could still, when I'd go to work, I wouldn't smoke. Like, so if I was working an 8-10 hour day, I wouldn't smoke. I'd come home, smoke, be like, have dinner, and then I would sleep real well. But I noticed like if I was too tired to even have like smoke, and then I didn't smoke, I was waking up at like 2, 3 in the morning. So like it was like helping me. I started noticing it was helping me sleep through the night, right? Like, and I don't know if that's just because my brain's always fucking triggering. Like I'm always thinking. It's hard to rest, and this kind of mellows me out, slows things down a little bit. I started to notice those things, like it started slowing me down a little bit, like not in a bad way, just kind of like not overthinking things and not being so anxious about where my life's going or where, you know what I mean? Like, uh, yeah, man. I still like to get stoned though, Eagle, but like, it does good things too. Like, it has that, I feel like if you're happy, your body's happy, it heals itself.
oh, without a doubt, it's healing itself when you're happy. It's producing that chemical oxytocin, which is basically the love chemical, and it has tons of healing. Laughter is the best medicine. They say that has a lot to do with it, right there. It's because when you're happy, your body's producing all kinds of good stuff. So yeah, you're exactly right there.
Amen to that. So now it's just like
So
it's a part of my life.
it's been a part of my life ever since I started as well. It's nice to see so many years later. It took long enough, but I knew it'd come. Deep in my heart, I knew it'd come. I wasn't going to give up. That cannabis has been, you know, actually vindictive. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for here. Vindicated there in its final days here, not necessarily that bad thing we were always told it was, but I think we all knew deep in our heart as soon as we tried it for the first time, none of that shit was true. It didn't even make sense. I mean, even back then, you like smoke some and then watch some of the propaganda they were putting forth. They were going, man, really, really? I've never seen that before. You know what I mean? Even as a kid, you're like, we don't do that. I mean, shit, you can it's sad when you can't even really con a kid that that's how it really is with cannabis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the first time I seen a plant growing, I was about 16 years old, and I think my uncle trusted me enough to bring me in and show me what he had going on in his room. You know, uh, God rest his fucking soul. But that's the first time I seen a plant growing, man, and I was in fucking love, dude. Like I seen the buds on this thing. Look at the buds, Mendo. Look at the buds. Look at the buds, dude. I was in fucking love, man. Like I walked into the room and it was like being born, bro. That door swung open and the fucking lights hit my eyes, and it was like, and I was like, I seen a silhouette, and like I literally heard like, oh, bells and shit going off, and like it was glistening. And I'm like, that's the stuff that makes me feel the way I do. I'm like, holy fuck. And big fucking bulbs hanging everywhere and fucking plants and arms hanging over like this. And I was like, wow. And he walked over and he grabbed the bud and he went like this and he's leaned in and smelled it and he goes, this is all you need. You don't need anything else. This is it. Fucking sat with me, man.
Sounds like one amazingly cool uncle.
Fucking rights. Yeah. Um, yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool shit. That was like a major influence. I'm like, what? You can grow this shit? You grow it? Like, well, again, you know what I mean? I thought it came in on ships and planes and boats and fucking everything else.
Right on, right on.
So it was like sacred. It was like a sacred moment. It was like, here, bro, I'm opening up your world, your life, and it did. Like, and when you talk about feeling the vibe of like it's a bad thing, I faced that. I did, like, oh, you shouldn't smoke that stuff, and kind of like, elders, that stuff's bad for you. No, it ain't.
Shit, my daughter just got that the last few days. She went downstate and visited some friends down there, and between the friends and their parents, uh, they drinking the whole time, and then kind of denouncing cannabis still to this day. I mean, the time she came home, coming from where she comes from, to sit and kind of listen to cannabis be bewildered like that, she was pretty shook when she got home. She was like, I just couldn't take it anymore. I just, like just to hear the attitude, the way they talked about it being like a bad thing, and every time it got brought up, they looked down on it. She's like, man, I couldn't take it, while at the same time, we're drinking, and it leads to alcohol leads to just as much, if not worse, addiction than cannabis ever did. And this is coming from a 20, what will be a 22-year-old, and she's like, I don't want to be hooked on alcohol. Cannabis, I can stop at any time. I don't feel like I'm ever addicted. I can take days off, you know
Yeah,
what I mean, and still not feel like I need to smoke. She was just sickened by the whole I can drink alcohol and get fall completely fucked up, but cannabis is terrible. I couldn't, to me myself, I can't believe that it's still happening to this day. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
I'll tell you what, right now I can smoke a shit ton of fucking weed. I cannot drink a case of beer. If you're
be
like,
wrecked a couple of Cape beers into that case. To be honest with you, I'd be like, oh fuck up.
yeah, no, it ain't happening. I have a daughter around the same age, Eagle. She's 23.
Nice, nice.
I have another one. She's 10.
Mine are
Kept me busy.
they, they grow so fast, man. It was tough to watch that first one leave the nest, to be honest with you. Mine are 26, 22, and 17, all 4 years apart.
Beautiful, bro.
Man, daddy's girls, all every last one of them. You know, I'd do anything for them girls. And when that first one left the house, oh man, it was so tough. So
I
tough.
mine has been gone for 2 years, and I still asked her every almost there like, when she moving back in. So I say, you
I,
moving back in? You know, goes by
I'm glad
fast.
I actually mine. I do the same thing. Same thing. I could show you a text from this afternoon where she's telling me, "Yeah, life up there just isn't my thing." It's yeah. She's trying to coach me to come back down. I'm like, no, come up, no, come down.
Right.
I'd make room for her in a second. That's for sure. So, yeah, two girls. Hats off to you. It's not easy. Girls weren't as easy as I thought they would be.
I tell you, man, it's I love them, but they get in some moods. You better fucking stay clear, and they're fucking they're ripping through the house. Like they'll kill each other. Anything that gets in between it is like fucking I'm gone. That's why I'm out here, bro. Scootage, Scottage, where I hang out. It's where all the magic happens. You know,
Yeah. It's funny,
like,
then girls will make you soft like that. Raising girls will make you soft.
oh hell yeah. I ain't about to tangle with any of them. 9, 10, 20, 40, 60. Yeah, no, it's okay. They're in bad moods and just like, what do you need done? What can I do? What can I do for you? Just let me go out and have a couple smokes and you hit me up in about 25, 30 minutes. I got you.
So when was your first experience like growing the plant? When was the first time you tried to get ahead of the game?
So it was like, I'd say 4 years ago, I tried to, when we could grow our 4 outdoor plants or whatever, whenever that was that year. I got fucking 4 clones, and I got them all the way through to like, say, maybe a week into October. I noticed it bud rot and everything. I was just like, because man, I didn't know shit. Honestly, I just put them out there and kind of let them go. Right. And I could have got some out of it, but I was devastated. I was pissed off at myself because, like I kept them alive all through summer. I was watering them. I fed them 20, 20, 20 the whole way through. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know that I could go online and fucking learn or tap into my uncle and say, hey man, can you lend me that book that you gave me when I was like a kid? You let me read this book. Can I have that book? They gave me the book, and it's like pretty sure it was Ed Rosenthal's The Indoor Outdoor Marijuana Growers Guide. I don't know if that's his or not, or I could be wrong, but that's what the book was titled. And I started reading that at like a real, when I was a kid, learn how to play guitar. But then, yeah, when I put these outdoor plants out there, I wasn't really into like growing. I was just into smoking, I guess. So I just kind of let them go and they went to shit. And I felt bad. And then the next year I got 4 more. And I'm like, that's not going to happen again. Then I got better. I actually got some better foods and gave them the better nutrients and started learning more about the plant. And, you know, um, did a few things wrong, did a few things right, learned from them. The next year was last year when I did my 4 outdoor plants. Um, fucking, yeah, I got what? I don't know. It was a nice harvest, man. You know, like first year I got nothing. Second year I got like maybe 3, 4 ounces. Last year I got 10 ounces off of 4 plants. It was a happy fucking camper. You know, I grew my own stone outdoors. It was fucking good. It was Death Bubba. Turned out really nice, right? So that was kind of cool, man. And then I got a tent and a light and fucking, you know what I mean? Started learning a hell of a lot more. Uh, Thanks to these guys right here, the DGC, man. I tapped into that community, bro. I signed up real quick, and just sat there and absorbed and took in all the personalities. Like, I mean, fucking the dudes, Scotty, Guru, all those guys. Like, that's where I learned, and I like they deliver in a way where I listen. My heart, my eyes, my ears, everything just fucking opens up. Like they're in a room with me. So I feel like there's a connection. And that's where I really started to see success in my garden now with, my tent and, just beautiful things, right? Paying attention. Um, I, I, I love every one of them fucking plants. I don't, like some people are like, I don't know, man, like huge fucking mass, like farm. You don't have time to like, if you're growing 1,000 apple trees, you can't treat every apple tree like you love it. If I grow 4 marijuana plants, I can fucking treat every single one of them. Like I'm in there, I'm like, oh, you got a hair on you today? I'm sorry, girl. Picking the hair off. How you doing? Do a runoff. See where like yeah. I'm doing my best, man. Grow the best weed I can consume for myself. And I know I can do better, and I know it gets better because there's a hell of a lot of wicked information out there and awesome fucking growers and, producing like hella clean product, the best stuff we can put in our bodies and lungs, right? Like I'm a smoker, Eagle. I still smoke cigarettes, man. I've been trying to get away from these fucking things forever. I can't, you know, sitting here talking to you, I've had respect for just not coming up and, smoking a cigarette because some people don't like they're offended by it and they should be because this right here, fucking this is a killer, you know? Like this weed, man, this fucking weed, man, it's not hurting anybody, you know?
I do appreciate the fact that you get waited to smoke, but it doesn't bother me. I'm
Oh,
not that soft. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
appreciate the fact that you think that way, but you-
I do, man.
you're there. You're not hurting anybody but yourself. So you know what I
Yeah,
mean. You know,
exactly.
I would like to see quit. Would I like to see quit them cigarettes? Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's not easy, man. My vice was I had chewed tobacco was my demon. I did smoke cigarettes a little bit, but wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. I chewed early all through school, all day, even in class. I got to the point where I would swallow that shit, man. And it got to where I would just swallow it, couple spits right off the beginning to get like the roughage out of there, and then swallow it for the rest of the time I was chewing. And man, that shit The only time you'd ever see me smoking cigarettes, and when I had my stints with drinking, brother. You know, and it wasn't easy to give up, man. That's probably one of the hardest things I ever gave up was tobacco. But I did. It wasn't easy. I actually did like crazy shit. I tried like hypnosis CDs, shit like that. But I don't know how I did it, but I managed to get through that tough time. I think it was moreover because I connected it with something that was greater than me, uh, which was Alexis. Uh, my first daughter, B, Brittany, uh, I gave up the alcohol. And when Alexis came around to help, kind of get rid of bad things in my life. I had to make more extra cash for her, make room for them diapers. Dang, the amount of chew I was putting away, chew cigarettes, was easily paying for diapers. You know what I mean? So I connected wanting to quit with her better my her betterment and my betterment as well. And yeah, I think connecting that with her really, helped get me through that. So, but it wasn't easy. I'll give you that. It wasn't fucking easy. I hope you get through it. Keep trying. That's all I can say. Keep trying.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like I used to smoke a lot more than I do, but smoking herb definitely reduces that urge, right?
Smash Canvas would like to know: have you ever tried vaping?
Vaping?
Yes.
Yeah, I did for a bit, and then I noticed like I just wasn't feeling good, or I don't know, didn't work for me, or I didn't enjoy it, or something.
I don't necessarily think that's the way, to be honest with you. I think that's going to be one of those things that a little down the road, just like everything else, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, that was fucking terrible. Terrible idea. What the fuck were we thinking?
Well, I tried for like a week with my daughter had bought me like one of those smoke vaporizers, and then you put the nicotine in the little cartridge, and it was like I was smoking it, and then for like 3 days no cigarettes, and then one day I was fucking walking up the stairs, and I don't know if it was just coincidental or what, but I got real fucking lightheaded, and I attributed it back to that, and I just stopped it. I didn't feel that way again, so I don't know. Just that was just my experience with vaping, and I just didn't. Yeah,
Would you try the hemp cigarettes?
there's hemp cigarettes. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they're coming out recently with a hemp alternative.
Really,
It's basically just a hemp cigarette. Yeah. Yes,
I
sir.
would be actually very open minded to something like that.
A lot of people say it's a good result. I've seen people use it here in Michigan, both CBD flower or just hemp, straight up hemp. Because we
Huh?
can actually, if you have 3 acres, I think it's like $100 license. You could go out and throw hemp in the ground here and cultivate your own hemp.
Wow,
But
that's
a lot of
cool.
people did it this last year, but hopefully that's something that becomes a really cheap alternative for
Yeah,
tobacco. It'd be nice to see people make that switch into something healthier.
I'm actually very open minded to that. That's cool.
So, I can't help but ask. I asked this pretty much everybody. When you did start growing, is that when you started changing? your tune a little bit with maybe the recreational versus cannabis is kind of helping me in a different way.
100%. Because then it was just like, that's where the true relationship came, because it was like I needed to make sure that I treated her good so she could heal me. And if I treat her like fucking crap, I ended up with a shitty product going back into my body. Sorry, not product. I mean, that's probably a lame word, but the medicine, man, going back into me, making me feel good, right? Lighten me up. Um, so to me, that's where that relationship comes from. And I take care of them. I stay out of their way. I give them what they need, and I let them do their thing. And everything's working.
So, how many strains would you say you've been able to work through so far?
Fucking quite a bit. Running a perpetual, I like it's just constant because it's you're 2 in 2 out, 2 in 2 out, 2 in 2. You know what I mean? Like I try to make it so I'm running through and trying to find the best. I don't know. We're all looking for that fucking beautiful smoke, right? Good flavor, nice hitting. Um, Quite a few. One I'm proud of right now is I got an Acapulco Gold in there that's um fucking just amazing, man. Like to me, and then you do the history on it, and it's like it's an old school strain. It's you know, it's like I'm like a new school kid kind of growing an old school strain. It's like it's neat. Um I like geez, quite a bit, man. Like there's not a whole I've not like there's like back in the day it was like you had good weed and bad weed. But like I don't know, man, like lately I've not smoked a whole lot of bad weed because it's my own. But I don't know if you know what I mean? Does everybody fucking say that? Or are we biased or is that ego? I don't know. Like, bro, the lemon that I did was beautiful. It was like my DGC beans, like when I first hooked up with the DGC, the lemon, and then they sent me out the lemon extract. And I popped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And I got 4 males, right? Fuck it. I was like, oh shit. So I was left with 1 plant. I tried to, do the best I could. Scrogged her out for like 2 weeks, and then I cut the scroggle, and then I just let her run, and she just grew like octopus tentacles, man. Same what I got with that, and then I learned that technique to do that, and I did it to the Acapulco Gold without the scrog. It was just in the topping and how she was topped and kind of trained. And then she just grew arms like boom, 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 and they're all the same length. And I'm like, oh, damn, that's beautiful. Um, so yeah, like I fall in love with everyone. Everyone has a different. There's like I have a Lorena's breath going, and a chem dog that was like when I researched that chem dog, and I've been listening to hear like a lot of the fucking people know what they're doing. They're like, yeah, you gotta watch that strain. It fades out early and stuff like that. And yep, that's exactly what happens. You know, she's hungry. So the cool thing is like everyone is doing something different. So like different feeding, one day one gets water, one day gets some food, but it keeps me on my toes, man. Like, and then, uh, trying to keep things relatively in the same flower time is kind of tricky, you know? like that AP Gold, man, that thing's what, 10, 12 weeks? You know, like fuck. I might have like I just got halfway. You know, we're coming into summer here. Like it's beautiful, it's hot, and we have central air, and my tent's in my room, like under lock and key in a bedroom, right? Like basically use my room as a lung room, you know? And so yeah, every plant's different. I don't have one of the same right now. I don't, well, actually I do, my vegging plants.
I love that. I love the fact that you got the perpetual going, man. That's the way I have preached from almost day one since I actually discovered fucking the perpetual myself. That was the drum I was beating ever since, man. It's like, man, why wait? Why wait when, with a little bit of, timing, you don't ever have to really run out of fucking weed. You know
Nope.
what I mean? See, it's senseless. It's senseless. Yeah. Once you
Right.
learn with the perpetual, man, it's yeah, you don't go back. Really. I'm glad you picked up on that because it is a couple of things like you said. You can keep different strains going through different tastes constantly. You're not stuck on that one flavor for 4 months, whatever, until your next harvest.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man. I that monocrop shit, you know, that to me is for like commercial shit. You know what I mean? I'm not commercial shit, man. I like to smoke cannabis. I like different flavors. I don't want to get caught up smoking that one thing for a year, man. Just not my bag, man. So I'm glad you figured that shit out. And, getting the spice of life with cannabis yourself.
Right. Yeah, man, and it's been awesome. And I've actually, I had some guidance into that, into that direction as well. I knew a little bit, but yeah, a couple good buddies, good friend of mine, is like, did the perpetual thing. You ever thought about that? And explain it to me. And I've been growing the dank, big sexy dank. Good smoke.
So what's the indoor setup like, if you don't mind me asking? Cocoa, soil?
Pro mix, just soil. Yeah, that's what I use for now.
Okay.
You know, open minded, still learning. I know there better methods, and I'll get there. But I'm just doing what works for
Nothing
me,
wrong with
and
Pro Mix.
yeah, I'm just doing what works for me, and
Yeah, that grew in Pro Mix for a long time, and the price is right, to be honest with you.
yeah.
And it produces, you get some big plants in the Pro Mix.
One
It's a
thing
good
I
rule.
noticed once I just you know upgraded my light, man, and things kind of went like I was like, oh shit, I really needed it. I had to make that adjustment. It took me a little bit to kind of clue in. I'm like, what's going on here, man? It just felt like things were like feeding, drying out quicker. And then I was like, oh, duh. Yeah. You went from like 300 watts to fucking 650. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, now we're in, right? We're in high gear here. But yeah, it's been beautiful, man. Just beautiful experience, you know, beautiful.
Are you going to grow outdoors as well this year?
That's the plan. I would love to. I mean, we got beautiful weather here, but the only thing is, man, is like we here in British Columbia, we get that nasty humidity starts coming in. End of October, mid October. It's just we get them cold nights and that heavy humidity, fucking like heavy fog. That's where I know I ran into that problem with bud rot up here. But last year, I had my greenhouse built, and I did them partially in the greenhouse, but I was taking them in and out. And then I light deprived them early on. So I started them in August. I had them in 5-gallon buckets. And then beginning of August, I just put them in the shed and blacked out the shed at 7 o'clock. So I try to get them to kick a little bit early into flower, so I didn't have to worry about getting to the end of fucking October and running into that problem, right? That's why I do 5-gallon buckets, because they're mobile and I can pick them up and move them inside. And, if the fucking nasty rains come or heavy winds or something, I could take them in. But this year, I want to plant one right in the ground and just leave it.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I've heard about a couple people here in Michigan talk about actually like putting them on like a trailer. And then, rather than pull the tarp, just back the fuckers into the fucking shed.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, that'd be nice. You could get away with that. I mean, a decent size, trailer, I would think maybe like a fucking 8 by 12, something like that. You could almost by hand. You know what I mean? If everything was kind of balanced out on the trailer, you could just push that thing back and forth, pull it in and out by hand, man. You wouldn't even need a tractor or nothing. That'd be a sweet little setup, to be honest with you. You wouldn't have to worry about rippers or nothing, man. Just every night, just back it right into the shed. That'd be too.
And I also got a 14-foot fucking swimming pool that we're not using.
Go all sub cool there and fill that fucker full of dirt. Huh?
Hell fucking yeah, I thought about it. Why not? I think it's
amazing,
fucking
man.
brilliant. I loved it. It was great.
That'd be yeah. You could have some hella huge plants there. God, I can't even imagine how many gallon pot that would be. Can't even wrap my mind around that.
Probably like 4,500 gallons. Yeah. That's a lot of soil.
You trying to grow redwoods up there and shit.
Yeah, California redwoods in Canada. That'd be fucking awesome. Sometimes we get nice weather. Like I'm in British Columbia, so we're in the central of British Columbia. And yeah, we get some nice hot weather up here, 41 Celsius. I don't know what your conversion is on the Fahrenheit deal. I should know that but yeah, we get some hot days.
Man, I'm terrible about the conversion myself.
Mm-hmm. It's up there.
So yeah, what are some of the strains that are hot that you'd like to get in your garden?
Man, I was at the dispensary like a few months ago and I picked up this stuff and I don't know. It was called Gee Whiz. And I can't explain it to you. It was delicious. It was awesome. And I've not been able to find it or anything like it. I tried the MK Ultra a couple times and really enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind some of that. So I have an auto actually, MK Ultra. And the Skittles I was smoking was auto flower. It was pretty good. I like playing with the autos and the photos. I mean, coming into being a new grower, it's like, why not learn both, right? I mean, can have one just kind of thrown in there wherever. Auto flower will fit in any cycle, anywhere, whatever you get off it. It's still a plant, still going to produce something, you know. That and stuff I actually have is like in a seed form that I'm excited about. I have a super lemon haze, or I think super lemon haze. Stoked about that.
So who have you found a reputable or a breeder of the autos that you like? Had pretty good luck with?
No, this was the first time I did these autos was like the combination, like where I got them from was like Canuck seed. So that was like the first time I ever grew those autos. And I've never got anything kind of like, fucking kick ass like Mephisto or something like that. It's just like fucking top notch shit, right? You know, um, yeah, man. I don't, I don't have like everything I have is good, and I've had some really cool things gifted to me. I've been pretty fucking fortunate to have some breeders give me some stuff, and I have some good friends that have given me a few beans, right? But yeah, man, it's fun to play around with for sure.
Yeah, the cannabis community this last year has been pretty generous with gear, that's for sure. And it's been pretty
Awesome, man.
awesome to see.
Like I was on YouTube for a bit, and like I went over to Instagram, and since I started showing my plants on Instagram in the summer, everything really changed for me. Like literally everything fucking changed. My lifestyle, the way I think, the people I meet, how I treat people, how I talk to people, I mean, being here right now, bro, it was like I sat and envisioned when I planted one seed in a solo cup, and I started, and it was like that was it. Like, you know, I haven't looked back, man. I don't ever wanna. I love it. It's great. The best fucking community out there. Period.
I agree. I agree. It was tough to explain, years ago when it was the weed nerd for me. The weed nerd community was so cool. It was hard to tell people about my fascination with hanging out with it. And when I talked about it, it was a different feeling, when it fired up and you could talk to those folks, man. I met a lot of people that I still talk to this day, man. Great folks, man. And it's been a great outlet, especially more and more as you grow. It seems like you become somewhat of an introvert a little bit, man. And I don't know if it's you just kind of weeding out some of the maybe less desirable folks in your life or what. To be honest with you, in that process. But it does, kind of make you a bit of an introvert. But in the process of becoming an introvert, there, on the other side, you find out that, it was almost just like a cocoon like phase. You know what I mean? You butterflied on the other side, and there's like a fucking hell of a cool cannabis community on the other side. Like, no shit. This is amazing. This is completely amazing.
I couldn't have said any of that better myself, and I agree 100%. Like that's what it feels like. It was like when I said when my uncle showed me what you know when he opened that door and that light went. I mean, it was the same thing here. You know, coming into like you know losing a job over COVID and shit, and then fucking whatever coming into this, and then it was like everything happens for a reason. I try to see the good in everything, right? And it's been the most positive freaking experience ever. The people that I've met, the exchanges that I've had, and the connections has been absolutely amazing, and it's all over this plant. You know,
That's another thing too that it almost disgusts me. When you look back and you hear all the shit that was talked about cannabis as we were growing up, the negative crap. You'll never amount to nothing. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. And then you actually, when you get into that cultivation side of it, like we talked about, I've seen it not do nothing but cultivate goodness out of everybody I've known that's threw seeds in the fucking ground. Any kind of background, and I'm seeing people from some low spots, cultivate cannabis. And it's been the same from people that's got their shit together that just have a shitty attitude. Because you could have your shit together and not be a fucking good person. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yep.
But all across the way, man, watch as they, grow that plant. And, as you said, as you start to grow it, you're concerned about what's going in it, man. It makes you want to learn right off the bat. I want to do this right. Start seeking some knowledge, and it just seems to get deeper and deeper and deeper, and it just seems to better you as a person, as you better your skills as a cannabis grower. It's bettering you secretly, and it's just, I think the plant's ultimately cultivating us, to be honest with you. And we might start out recreational, but once we start doing it, it's cultivating us, no doubt.
I definitely think there's a relationship there that's feeding off each other for sure. Absolutely. I mean, every time I go in there, I'm happy. Those lights come on in the morning because I run my lights at night. They come on in the morning, like when the sun comes out. And I get up with them and open the door and I go and see them. I'm like, bam, there's the ladies.
Yeah, it's definitely a great part, man. I actually, one of my favorite parts is when the lights go off. Man, they just kick up in that smell. You're like, woof,
Oh, yeah.
woof. But I
Yeah.
am doing something right. I can
Yeah.
actually tell when the light goes off, without the clock or not. If I'm walking through the house, about 10 minutes after, if I haven't immediately heard the alarm and ran and shut the tents and shit, I can tell by the smell. I'm like, ooh, them lights are off, man. Them ladies are all kicking it off. It smells so good. So
You're getting that fragrance.
I'm trying my joint there. Oh,
God
there it
damn,
is.
did I get stoned?
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So if you could make some changes in your grow right away, what would they be? What would be the next plateau that you'll take in your cannabis skills?
Uh, I'd definitely like to increase what I'm doing a little bit. You know, I don't know, man. Like, one thing I would do is start, because like I started using different size pots, like 3 gallons versus 5 gallons. So I was like, well, let's see here. Let's run a plan in a 5 gallon. Let's run one in a 3 gallon. And what I've noticed is strain dependent. Because I got that fucking Acapulco Gold in a 3 gallon pot and she's beasted right out. But I don't know. I would say I wouldn't want to change much, man. I like everything I'm using. Everything's good. I mean, I don't want to go there because like I know shit about organics. I know nothing about it. And I don't want to even talk about that on my end because I don't know fuck all about it, right? And I know it's the best way to go. But like I don't know, man. Like I'm doing what works for me and my system, right? So when I'm using my bottles, I like doing that. I like, having a little bit of control, and I like pouring and mixing. It's like my time, right? But
What are you using for nutrients currently, if you don't mind me asking?
I use Future Harvest. They're actually in my town here, and they're a local business. I support my local businesses. Like even my light manufacturer is in my town, right? Like, so I mean, it just kind of makes sense to me, right? And so yeah, the watering hole for my plants are like fucking 3 streets down from where I live, and basically it's where they make Future Harvest, and they're great products, man. Like really good, clean. I get nice, super clean ash, super terpy, flavorful. All my product, like all my, I don't know why I keep calling it product. All my fucking weed, man, comes out real nice and clean. I always get nice white ash, you know. It's not harsh, and I've smoked worse, definitely. So I definitely have a. I like to think that I have a good palate when it comes to this.
I
And
really
I,
dig that you have a cool, good nutrients company, that's close to you that you're able to support. It's
yeah,
pretty
man,
awesome.
super cool people. I go in there, man. They're like they hook me up. They, inform me. They're awesome. They're great.
Well, that's the other great thing about it right there. If you ever had any problems, man, you can go in one on one in person. How better customer service than that to work, with a company, even at that, even if there's something wrong with the line, I would feel like I'm getting some kind of, you know, way in the development of the product. Hey man, you didn't realize, man, I've been
Yeah,
using this and shit's been yelling out.
yeah,
I think that's pretty cool. As well as supporting a local company. That's really important. That's really important these days.
yeah. And same with my light Eco Grow Tech. Like, fuck, man, like just awesome people. Like, just if I needed something or something happened, I know I could call right now, and they're like, 5 minutes away. And even if they weren't open, I could call somebody and be like, "Hey, I'm having a problem. Can you help me?" Pretty sure I'd get, looked after. So that's pretty good feeling as a customer, right? You know,
Oh,
shit's still
definitely,
expensive.
definitely.
You know what I mean? I'm still trying to like stretch it out, make sure that I'm using it properly and I'm not overusing and I'm fucking using right amounts, and you know, sometimes I'm not always going by a fee chart. I try to stay in a range, you know.
Yeah, I always feed a little bit at a time.
Yeah,
Low doses all the time.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Good way to go, man. I like it.
So, what is your favorite terp or strain you've come, like to smoke up until now?
I love the lemon, the earthy, the woodsy, the gassy, the musky. Like I love like mushroom flavor. When you eat a mushroom, and like I love that flavor on a flower, like a joint, right? Um yeah, that's, I guess, was that good? Right?
Pretty tall order there. Pretty tall order there,
Right.
for
Yeah,
sure.
put all those together, man, and we got it.
Uh, so, which by name, I guess, which has been that one so far? I mean, I can't. I hate to question myself because I smoke a lot of great cannabis, but has there been that one I could smoke for my rest of my life so far?
I would have
But
to.
so far
Yeah,
for you,
yeah.
what is it?
It would probably be one of the like an OG or something. Green crack. Green crack is one of my favorites. That's fucking like I got God's green crack growing right now, and it's fucking beautiful. It's a gorgeous plant. She's frosty as hell and just gassy and lifts me up, right? That would be it. I'd have to go with, yeah, probably green crack. A really nice fucking, but like I've never got to like I've not experienced a lot of it. Like slurricane and all those kind of like strains that I like, those are just I never heard, like I just hear of those. Like I get to see like anything that I'm watching on YouTube, like say, what's being grown in like California. It's like I just get to see that shit. I don't even know if it ends up in our dispensaries or how it works, or if everything we get here in our dispensaries is growing here. I don't know, right? But like all the strains that I see people talking about, I've never smoked myself, which is kind of shitty, man, because fucking missing out, man, like big time.
Oh man, that's why I like the events. That's why I like the events, man. You can bump into and smoke a bunch of different kinds all in one day. Oh man, yeah. I love trying stuff that I've never tried before. I get stuck in my ruts, man. I'm definitely not paying for, the high prices just to go out and try shit from a dispensary. Everything. It's most times when I'm buying flour, it's just not for the what I'm paying. Man. And I think that's part of it, right? I don't think that I'm a weed snob. I think that it's just since I'm automatically right off the get putting a value to it, you know what I mean? It's got to live up to a certain standard. You know what I mean? And so, with that being said, I think it's being unfairly judged. But I'm always disappointed because that dollar amount. I paid X amount for this. Oh man, this ain't worth that shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm always disappointed. I'm always disappointed when I go to the dispensary, try new stuff. But when I go to the festivals and stuff like that, it's a completely different story, man. It's that person that grew it. It's still very terpy and fresh. Hasn't been on the shelf and moved around for a while and all that good shit. Comes along with the dispo weed. That's another thing is I like fresh cannabis, man. I'm sure there's something to be said with a good long-term cure. I've never I've never argued that. Am I the guy that has that kind of patience? Fuck no. Fuck no. I want I like my perpetual harvest. I like my weed sticky. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I
yeah,
don't mind having to clean up my scissors every so often
hell
because
yeah.
my weed's still gooey. It smokes better. It's still super terpy. Yeah, I don't like that dry stuff.
Actually getting frustrated trying to roll a joint because your fucking fingers are so sticky. You're like, fuck, come on, son of a bitch. It's like, well,
I've had people call me back up after stopping by and taking care of a patient. I get home, they're like, man, this stuff has ruined my scissors. No, you can scrape them clean, wipe them with alcohol. They'll be good as new again. They'll be good
right?
as new. But it's funny to hear. It's funny to hear. I
Hell
think it's a
yeah.
good thing you gotta clean up your scissors every few joints, man. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That's right. It's good smoke.
So it sounds like you're what an indica person overall. you prefer the indicas? I mean,
I would say as more of a sativa because I'm, I'm a guitar player, right? So I'm creative and I like that head buzzy where it makes me hum and I think about it. But I mean, for the nighttime thing, I'll like that. So sometimes if I have a variety that I find is working, then I'm like, okay, I can smoke this in the day, it lifts me up. And then when I want make sure that I'm going to sleep through the night, I don't want to be smoking a fucking, but like sometimes doesn't matter. Like I can smoke all types and do the same thing, you know? But sometimes like I'll smoke a heavy indica first thing in the morning that's like advertised as a hybrid heavy indica or a full indica. And I'm like, whoa. Like, yeah, there's not much getting done today. I've had that feeling. That's fucking heavy, like just ruins your day, right? But
so thank you for bringing up the fact that you write guitar because I was gonna ask you earlier about that a few minutes ago about because you said you pretty much started smoking cannabis right about the same time you started playing the guitar.
yep,
Do you think that it was beneficial to the guitar
100%.
learning? Yeah.
100%. I would sit literally and play for 12 hours and practice and not even miss a beat. Like, and that was just smoking and playing and writing and smoking and right. And it just went hand in hand. And yeah, I'm looking at it now over here because it's got a broken string. Fucking, I'm sitting here tonight tuning up and I was going to play something like about an hour before we jumped on here. And I was like, oh, I'll have a little session. I'm like, not paying attention. My mind is on like what we're doing right now. And I was like, plow, fuck, don't have any more. Just put it down there. Let it go. But yes, definitely a connection, man. For sure. 100%.
And again, they, even back then, you were probably hearing that, cannabis will hinder your ability to learn and everything else. And again, you're sitting
Yep.
there, mastering an art, and, you
I
can't
had
do nothing with cannabis.
we were smoking a joint in a park where fucking, I don't know, 16, 17 and the law rolled up on us and what are you guys doing? You guys are young, you smoke weed, blah, blah, blah. And they took our joints. We had Mac jackets on, so I had 3 joints, right? And the officer took my joints and she walked over and she goes, keep cannabis out of your life, man. And walked away.
Sad.
Yeah. And
Sad to hear.
like, no, I'm glad I didn't take her advice.
Me too. Me too. It's funny because as I look back, man, I look at the people that I grew up with, same age, that we're we're even to this day, no cannabis, and actually been drinking and maybe whatnot. Who knows what life's thrown at them? But I look at them, I'm like, man, cannabis has treated me well. Cannabis has treated me well, man. I'm glad I didn't go down the other road. I'm so glad I did go down the other road.
Absolutely.
I do. I have no regrets with cannabis.
Oh, me
No
neither.
regrets.
I mean, there was a time where it was like I'd smoke a real good joint when I was younger and it would really fucking just get you baked and you'd sit there and like your head's humming, your body's vibing and you're just your head's like you're like, damn, I'm fucking lit up right now. you know. Um and I think that feeling you get from it is almost like it's like you can get yourself there without anything, but it's just like it's like it just brings it to that next threshold for me, like. I'm a happy guy naturally, right? You know, usually in a pretty good mood. And I'm like, oh, I'm never usually like, oh fuck, I feel like shit, I'm gonna go smoke a joint. I'm usually like, fucking wicked, man. I'm gonna go sit down, fucking blaze one. Woo. You know, that's usually my vibe every time, you know?
That was one of the reasons why it was easy to invite you on, my friend. To be honest with you, I had scrolled down the page and actually seen the happy, positive vibe all the time. And I'm like, this guy looks like he's, definitely worth it getting on the program
Fucking
right there.
awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, what kind of music you like to play with that guitar? What's your preference?
Fucking anything, man. Like I'm really open-minded musically, diverse. I can listen to anything from Slayer to Johnny Cash, you know, everything in between. I like a more bluesy sound, kind of. I like a lot of Everlast. Everlast is my guy, so like I'll play a lot of Everlast. Sit back and like I'll know I might never get to see that fucking guy play live, right? Like man, so I learn his songs and I sit and I play them and I smoke my herb and listen to that and I sing along and learn his songs, man, and that kind of style is kind of like old bluesy kind of style, like my beat is it kind of has a beat, and as I get up in the morning and start tapping my foot, I'll roll a joint, tap my foot. I got this tambourine here that I actually put on my foot. That so when I'm playing, I can just tap my foot along, and then that keeps me in time, and then I can do my thing, right? So I mean, incorporating that into my playing has been just like my own little style that helped me. But that's kind of my groove, man. Anything that makes me tap my foot.
You ever listen to his name's Juicy Smith? I want to say he's an Australian cat. If you'd like, I'll send
Yes,
you the link
yes,
of.
Juzzy.
He's the one,
Yes,
the one
exactly.
Blueberry
Judgy
Jam.
Smith. Yes. Fuck yeah, bro. I do. But he
That
comes on
cat's
and when he says,
massive talented.
yeah, when he says we're gonna prove that men can do more than one thing at once, and he's got this
Yeah,
foot going, this foot going. He's playing, he's singing, he's got the harmonica.
six
Yeah,
things at once, isn't it? I mean,
boom.
I
Yeah.
know he's. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's super talent right there, man, and
Totally,
great music,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit, man, just blows me away. Who's another? Stony Graves is
Yep.
another one I've been.
Yep.
He's pretty good like that too. Not as talented as uh, Juicy there, but very good music too as well, man. So hats off
100%.
to you. Sounds like you're working down that path too, man. That shit ain't easy, man. Just playing an instrument and kind of work keeping your thoughts on the vocals and all that shit, most of us tapping your feet and shit like that. That's fucking talent, man. It's fucking
Definitely
hats off
takes
to you.
practice for sure. I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of them guys do it naturally. I gotta sit and I'll get one thing going, and then I'll start, get the second thing going, and then I'll, start singing. But yeah, man, you would think like weed would really fucking help. Like people say, like oh, you'd lose your memory. Well, no, actually, helps me remember lyrics when I'm playing it. It puts me into the zone where I'm feeling the music, so I know where the cues are for the lyrics. You know, and I feel like if I wasn't in tune with that, you're missing it. You know, I love music, man. I
Heck,
love weed. I love my family. I love my fucking country. I love the world. I love people, man. We're all fucking, human beings at the end of the day. Yeah, we don't have to look very far to find injustice in the world. Is fucking everywhere. But you know what? let's just treat each other the best we can while we're here, man, because we only got one fucking shot, you know, like enjoy it, you know.
Love that attitude. Love that attitude. You're so damn correct, man. There is fucking, you know, injustices going on around us. But it's one of those things. Which energy do you want to? It's not that we should turn a blind eye to it. Of course not.
Right?
We got to
No.
have a heart. We got to take care of it. But by spotlighting that shit, it's almost feeding that negative energy, you know, rather than, you know, focus on that bad shit. We need to see more art shit that's positive, you know, more human to human helping people and shit. That's the kind of news we see, you know. That's actual news these days. I mean, the other's so fucking every day anymore. Let's, you know, it is news to see, hey, this person actually stopped and helped somebody out today. That should be a news break and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That right there would help feed other people into wanting to do other shit. I mean, if you're gonna feed some energy, why not just promote the good shit? I'm right there with you, brother. Really.
Thanks, man. I mean, like, I wish I don't want to make it sound like I don't have a lot in my life to be happy about, but I could be in a better place, right? Of course. Bro, I got beautiful children, man, a fucking long relationship, loving family. I get to grow fucking this medicine that helps me, a beautiful cannabis plant. You know, I've had a pretty good life, right? You know, so I just got to be grateful for that. You know, I have to be grateful for that, you know. Enjoy what I have, what's in front of me, and you know, not feeling like I don't have anything because like it's not that's never the way I've thought in my life. I've always felt like I've, you know, been you know, have lot have good friends and good connections and you know, good just good everything, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I went through hell, you know, and I went through hell in my life. I had a fucking terrible upbringing and whatever, but my childhood was like fast, accelerated, and you know, like I was a man before I was a child type thing. So I didn't really have much of a childhood, right? But you know, um, I am where I am now, man. I'm pretty happy.
Definitely an awesome guy, that's for sure. You know,
Thanks.
I appreciate everything you've said tonight. Very positive, my friend. I love being around positive people, and I'm glad to see that. You know, you're another positive person that's in chat, not just another name. I'm honestly glad I got to the opportunity to get to know you.
Yeah, and it's
Real,
cool, man.
real.
Like Johnny Caniseed and shit. Like I usually don't say much to people. Like, oh, you know, I know the crew, right? And Smiley's always fucking in, you know, like I know, but I just don't say much because sometimes it's late at night or I'm sitting and I'm just watching. I'm chilling with my kid, so I have the phone off in the background. I'll be like reading her a story and you know, fucking talking shit with Eagle. All of a sudden, my little one will look at me like, "Oops, it's okay, it's okay." I turn it down a little bit, you know, like that sort of thing. But yeah, man, you're like, it's usually on right at the time where things are winding down here, right? So I get to like just sit and chill, and it's a good session. I smoke a couple J's and listen to you guys talk and learn a shit ton, you know. I mean, and just having like just nice free place to talk, you know, and be yourself is great with like-minded people, not looking at you like you're, you know, oh, you're a weed freak. Yeah, sure.
So, what are some of your favorite things to cook in the kitchen there? What are some
Oh,
of your
bro,
favorite things to make, man?
I'm a beast in the kitchen, man, and on the grill, and I smoke and do a lot of barbecuing and stuff, and I cook everything you can think about cooking in a smoker. One of my favorites is brisket. Takes like 22 hours to do them properly if they're sized right and all that kind of stuff, and but I'll tell you, it's worth it because it's fucking fantastic. And yeah, I cook. Yeah, I do a lot of the cooking actually here for the family. There's 5 or 6 of us. Well, usually 5 or 6 of us. But yeah, I cook for everybody. And yeah, man, barbecue, grill, smoke, oven, whatever. If it heats up, man, meat, fire. That's me. That's it. That's us. That's all you need. Man, meat, fire, and weed now.
So yeah, that's another thing too. I mean, cannabis, as far as that kind of field of work goes, man, I can't see a better prep for work. To be honest with you, talk about on your way to work, burning that joint on the way to work, which I'm sure a lot of people do. I do. For me, it takes care of my back pain to help me get out of the truck. Wink, wink. But I can see it being very beneficial in the kitchen too, man. I'd want my cook to be, partaking back there because I know he'd be cooking me up some shit in that kitchen. I used to cook a little bit myself too. And it's definitely, I always found it to be beneficial in the kitchen, man.
You could get creative. I'm telling you what. Like you get like I do too, right? Like and oh yeah. They usually eating good around here. Like we're making something, it's usually well, okay, what are we having? Burgers? Okay, well we're having burgers, right? Like, how can we make everything where you can enjoy it, man? Like I said, enjoy the food, the wine, the smoke, the life.
It's something that's come around as late. Uh, as the girls have got, I do love a brisk. I looked up and I seen Red Pill still talking about the brisk. I do love the brisk. Is as my girls have gotten older, I can bake. I can bake. Not necessarily my favorite thing to do, bake a cake or whatever. But I like to cook, burgers and all that good shit. And the girls never really had an interest in that, growing up necessarily. Well, the baking part of it, yeah, obviously. Cupcakes, cookies, stuff like that. But as they got older, now that they're older, my 2 older girls, and mainly Alexis now. Lexi's becoming a beast in the kitchen. She likes to cook. And unfortunately, man, them girls, their taste in the kitchen isn't cheap. You know what I mean? It's always like they've seen something, and Lexi's really good for this. Something out of the blue I've never even thought about. Don't you try going to get this and that and that? You're like, man, that shit's expensive, but sounds really good. We'll go for it. We'll go for it. But it's fun now. Like you said, burgers. Man, we supersize some burgers over here, man.
Hell yeah.
Sauteed onions. There's 2 things I think you'll agree on a good burger. Sauteed onions, well, I guess 3. A good cheese, which for me is a monster. I love a monster on a burger. And a fucking toasted bun. You gotta
Oh,
have a toasted bun for a burger. That just
yes.
takes it home.
But you know what I do? I kick it up a notch. I do a little garlic butter with some seasoning, and then you put that little garlic butter on your bun and then toast it. Boom. Next level,
You
bro.
know, I,
And
I
don't
will
forget the
try that.
Canadian bacon, eh?
Right on, right on. Now we got 2 tips to try out when I fire up the grill the next few days as it's getting nicer here in Michigan. Your garlic butter tip, which sounds amazing,
Yep.
and Kazoo in chat says to kind of lightly butter them with mayonnaise. You
Yeah,
know, hit
I,
that bun
that,
with. I've never
that's a good
done that.
one.
Is it?
It kind of caramelizes. Yeah, it's good. My my little one tonight, actually, not tonight, like a week ago, she's like, "Can you make me grilled cheese?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "But don't put butter on the outside." I go, "Well, how's it going to get brown?" She goes, "You're going to put mayonnaise on the outside." I go, "Okay." So she tried it, and I made it for her, and I actually had a bite, and I'm like, "Damn, that's not bad." So yeah, that's another good tip. Shout out to the chat, by the way. I can't see the chat, but I know
They've
there's some fucking awesome people in there.
been giving you shout outs all night long, saying lots of good things, dropping your links to your IG. Hopefully,
Oh
if
shit,
they haven't been following you, hopefully we've got some new followers over there for you.
it's awesome, man. Doors are open. You know what I'm saying? Like grills are open, hearts are open, minds are open, arms are open.
That's another thing about this, in my opinion, for me, is man, like always from the beginning, and it's you get to see the people. At least for me, when it was the weed and everything, you got to know everybody in chat and got to meet some cool fucking people. But it was always strictly what it was in chat, and but you only got to know them limited, you know. But this experience here is kind of really nice because you get that visual, getting to meet the person behind the name, and then it's so much well, it's not easier, but it makes it so much nicer when you see them in chat. You're like, oh yeah, I remember. You can put the face with the name. You feel a lot more like you've gotten to know you tonight, which we have. You feel that more friendly experience when people pop into chat after they've done these episodes. It's so much
Yeah,
easier to relate. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I know I've said this a couple times, but man, this has been a good meet, brother. Seriously. I don't know if it's been the eagle feather that's guided the conversation tonight, but seriously, this has been,
I'm telling you,
you
bro,
know,
it has, and
an
it was
amazing night.
setting the tone right from the beginning. And thank you so much for having me on, Eagle. I really appreciate you, man. You're an awesome fucking guy. I love what you're doing. You're bringing all of us on to talk about this plant and our lives and sharing our knowledge and sharing whatever and our stories and all that. It's super important in this. For me, it's important. I'm sure it's important to others too, man. I just want to say thank you for that. Right? I appreciate that from
Seriously, man, I appreciate all you guys more than you know. It works both ways, man. I look forward to seeing every one of you guys in chat night after night, man. And you guys can think this to be true or not, but man, if you guys aren't look in chat, like just like tonight, if I could actually screenshot this screen for you, there's actually like me and you. It's almost set up to where it's a left eye, right eye thing. So I'm like
right.
watching us out of the left eye, and I'm watching chat in the right eye.
That's
So I can
awesome.
kind of but I'm always watching. And when people aren't in chat, man, I notice when people aren't in chat, man. I know
Yeah,
when the regulars aren't there. And then
yeah.
I start to wonder, man, a day or two, if I don't, what the fuck's going on, man? How come we
Where's
haven't seen that
everybody?
person? Yeah. you know, Even more so, like after I've had the opportunity of meeting you guys, man, it's just you get that connection, man. It's just like friends, If you haven't seen that friend in a couple of days, you got to do that wellness check, man. Hey, man, you all right? You know what I mean?
Hey, man, that's
And
fucking awesome. Um, I'd like thank you for calling me your friend, man, and like likewise, like when you sit and watch a person for a while, you become like they become part of you. Like it's not like you just turn on a TV show and you see something and next day you hear something like not so nice happen to that person. You're like, what, it's not like whatever, but it's just like, it's not on your mind, man. But like, I hear that when you talk about that wellness thing, man, like, you know, you watch somebody for a while, you become connected. And, I feel that, man. And like I said, when we're talking back and forth there, do you actually, I think this is funny, man. I think people need to know this because Eagle messaged me and I was like fucking like beside myself, bro, that I didn't even know if I should answer this because I'm like, is this real? Like this, there's no fucking way this is real, right? Like, man, this guy wants to talk to Scooter. I'm like, that's so fucking cool. Like, what the fuck, right? So when we were like agreeing on and you wrote a 30 and a question mark. And I'll fucking shit you not if I didn't believe that I thought you meant 30 fucking minutes from when you were messaging me because there's nothing else on there, right? There is no April 30th. It just said 30 and a question mark. So Scooter's like, boom, Zoom, download. Fuck, I gotta go, man. I'm flying in the nest. They're like fucking panic mode. Okay. I'm messaging my people. I'm like, bro, man, like I'm gonna be on with talking to Eagle. You guys come check it out. 48 minutes go by. I'm like, well, fuck, no link yet. How are we getting this? What's going on? Like, and then you're like, April 30th. I was like, oh fuck. So that just shows you how eager I was. Like, I was ready to go that night, bro. So, yeah, fuck yeah.
I actually got a big kick out of that, to be
I
honest with
hope
you.
so, because it was funny. I was like, he's probably laughing his fucking ass off. He's got to be. Like, this kid's like ready to go right now, bro. I got like 6 guests before you, son.
I I did too. I smiled. I see that. I did. I smiled almost from ear to ear when I replied back April 30th. I was like, he's ready to go right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's awesome though, man. It makes me feel so good to to think that it you guys on the other side that it means that much to you guys because this thing means a lot to me, man. When I check in and I do this night after night, I do it because it means a lot to me. I enjoy doing this night after night. When things don't go right for me in the show, it's down. I used to beat the fuck out of myself about that shit, man. And
Yeah.
but to know that you guys, it blows me away that you guys think like that on the other side when you get the invitation. To me, it's just some silly little thing I do every night. But to think that for you guys, that it's some big thing, it makes me feel awesome, man. That it's having any kind of impact. That it's you know what I mean. It's worth the effort, man. Thank you, thank you.
It is an impact. You are helping people. You're helping us connect. You're bringing us together. You're showing people that otherwise wouldn't have a voice to tell their story, show their face. Bro, you're doing epic fucking things out here, man. And mad respect and love for you. And that's why we feel that way. That's why I do personally, because of what you're doing, bro. So I that's it.
You guys got to know. You have to understand. It's definitely both ways. It's definitely both ways.
Awesome, bro.
You have to
Awesome.
understand that.
This was like the best fucking chat I had in a long time, man. I appreciate you, Eagle. You're awesome, man. The whole crew, everybody, fucking chat, wicked.
Well, I hope you know that this does open the door for you as far as being able to come and hang out in any
Nice.
wormhole anytime you want. Now, the Zoom number that the invitation you have is the wormhole invitation. So any wormhole that you see, you're more than welcome to jump on at any point. You don't need an
Oh shit.
invitation. Anytime you want to pop on, say hello, hang out with anybody that's on, you're more than welcome, and you're more than worthy, brother, to come hang out, man. It's been an awesome meet tonight, man.
Bro, I appreciate that. Are you serious? Like fucking wicked, man. Thank you. I would
Anytime,
love to.
anytime,
All right, sweet.
anytime. You're welcome, brother.
Hell yeah, man. That's great, man. Fuck. Awesome.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I can't. I'm looking forward to it, man. For real.
Bro,
It's
I'll be there, man. 100%. Fucking that's wicked. Like, wow. Shit. You get to come hang out with you and Smiley?
yeah. Everybody else, anytime you want. Yes, sir, man.
Hell
Any night
yeah,
that.
son.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's trying to get to know people and build that community, man. So yeah, a lot of times I get bummed out that a lot of people don't take up that invitation as much as they think they should. But
Hell yeah,
hopefully,
man. I will be because it's right around the fucking time where it's like, that's when I wake up.
good deal. Good deal, brother. Well, I guess before we wrap this up, man, I gotta get that sound bite. I gotta get the sound bite, brother.
Scooters 3G.
Hold on. I'm recording now, my friend. Anytime you're ready. You know what I'm looking for? I'm 100% you got to go. Right? Right?
Maybe not. Refresh my memory. I smoke a lot of weed here.
That's all right. That's all right. Basically, what I'm looking for, my words, not yours, would be, hey, this is Eagle, and I'm on fucking Talking Shit with Eagle, episode 386. You can catch me on Instagram, or you can do anything what you want, as long as you've at least got that much of the bulk into it. Uh, yeah. And again, I'm ready anytime you want to throw me that soundbite, my friend.
All right, let's do it, man. This is Scooter 3G. We're on fucking Talking Shit with Eagle, episode 386. Woo, let's get it.
Oh yeah, my friend. Perfect. A perfect soundbite. So Zoom just showed me a little, must have been an update. It was like, I'm sending you a copy of this to your email. Oh, okay. That's new. Okay. Threw me off there for a second. So yeah, man, I can't thank you enough. So if you want, man, we'll wrap this up and stretch your legs. And if you want, man, you come back into the wormhole tonight or any night.
I would
That
love to.
invitation starts now.
I would love to. I'll be there. Give me maybe fucking 10 minutes to get my shit together, roll up another fatty, and I'll fucking join in.
All right, man. We'll take it. We'll see you in a few, my friend.
So I just click back on the link that's in the chat that you sent me, right?
Yep, that one's good from now on, brother.
Boom. Sweet.
I'll see you in a few, brother.
All right, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. For the rest of you guys that hopefully you'll join us here in a few minutes in the wormhole. You guys know the routine. We'll fire things up in a few minutes. Rest your legs, stretch out, use the bathroom, fill that tray. We'll see you in about 10, 15 minutes in the wormhole. If this is the end of your journey for the night, thank you for joining us. It's been a great chat. I know you've enjoyed it. And more importantly, you know the deal. Do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. A living, breathing example of it. I'll see you guys in a few. Thanks for joining us.